Christ I walk cordia pija ene yenam the Churches of Christ worldwide edi dwumadie ebremo na ene yano mo ebesuade a yato ne din say
your duty as a Church of Christ member to the church.
Okay, your duty as a Church of Christ member to the church. Na yenua Boache yebema na ye short introduction kakra edi amai ena yene no ebebo enkomo. Enu nti before ye be start no ye be ko short break kakra na ye ba no am in short introduction na fe ye di dwumadie no atoa so. Onyankopon enhyira obiara na onye okese. Yo, atie for yes. Yo, atie for yeda onyame ase yasan aba. I'm say network no ha adwen kakra edunti yegusuara. Yo, yabo akwaba yenua. Okay, I'm saying network no. And then the network no ha yenina na enchibia obeba. Yo, yenua yabo akwaba yenu say na de Africa network ne how adwen kakra but say de tie bia no dwumadie ne ebe.
Medase. Network no frustrating me kakra but say me okay.
Okay.
Okay. Enya ya makwaba bi me eba dwumadie ne so na answer na ye be start no person ka obema ye short introduction kakra na so yeti on December.
Yo, medase me ne kuma your friend me brother Osu Boache Frank. Yeah, me dwumadie say osabakane awo kwade apaja Church of Christ. Mane aje say awie yi mwaje me aba aye dwumadie so say mane atiefo ne ahwefo yenche onyankopon asem awo twere kronkron mu. Medase pi.
Yo, yes, ya da sepa na ansana ebe ko edwumadie ne so no ene yegidi se yebesua de pa isan se onyankopon ene fa Church of Christ doctrine na ye no kwena nkasa your duty as a Church of Christ member to the church.
Yeah.
Inti ene yepese yesua ade e wosa kwan no so.
Yo, nti ade biara wo a wo de ma ye na ye nyina betu asua ade no ye besre na wo de ma ye da ase.
Yo, mini Apollo. Nyankopon hyira wo pa se onam so de platform kese ama wiase. Na e manage se ena wiase so masanya akwanya na mabaso. Na amene atiefo na hwefo wiase nyina yewura onyankopon asemu na yesua de. Se de mwadikai I introduce topic no. Ena de yakasa fa ho no. I say your duty as a Church of Christ member to the church. But you say, I say Churches of Christ worldwide. Just say platform me a Church of Christ for and a door soon also. Now, bra, we Church of Christ as a for bay was said ye potty pa a yes, I ma as a fono. And I we me no edi home como. Oh, I said ye be I saw the master fono. Now, it's important I remind you of this duty. Majidi se kwa mbiso no wunim na mebekayo se de wunim se wasede ya esa oyema asafo no umu wani ba ho so na wodi wudwuma na eboa ama asafo no enya nkoso na asafo no dachi enso so etime yefe na it is a privilege to come to you this afternoon to study with you the duty of a Church of Christ member to the church. Na meno ewura adesua we mu no me pese wo hye no so say ade ba ko a me eye manage pa ne say meno usua the doctrine of the church. Aya asafo no nkyerɛkyerɛ no ɛho hia papa. The doctrine of the church is so paramount. So we asafo bayi aya sa wo hwɛ sɛ nkyerɛkyerɛ no meno mi ne bobo ho ban agya dachi ama nkyirima. Ananti said the Jude enwoma me no okasa aye no se enka otwere afa ye common salvation ho e de koma na tiefo no nanso oho abehia se okasa fa aye gidia asomafo no handed down over to us no aye se okasa fa ho se ye nyina no we should contend for the faith, and that faith is a doctrine of the church. Now you share the duties of Church of Christ members to the church. One important aspect me no credit card share and sani afa de aka no eye baby a ye mo bebre we have overlooked this aspect. Ya bu eni aguso say ya de asafo no nkyerɛkyerɛ no ebe kyerɛkyerɛ ye mma. And order for him na wie so we all for if you are a parent in this church, then your first duty is to make sure say you teach your children the doctrine of the church. Doctrine no wabewura the doctrine of the church na urgent kwan. Ayesa wode kyerɛkyerɛ oma. Na if I quotation no yedi ka hwɛ no there a year example after Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 7. Deuteronomy nwoma no etinsia ekenkai every nchemu nson no a Onyankopɔn emransam a wode emma Israel bra koyi so won say yi ofri enkwasom mu na onam so ede emransam du no emma Israel se emeye wone Israel for entam apamo a ebekɔ awontoato so nyina so kosi se Awurade ebotaya a wahye se Kristo no ebeba na onam aforabo so abagye wiase nyina se de okatre Abraham no enam waseni so na menam mehira wiase musuakuo nyina ya na Yesu Kristo ho asem na wokan enti bra wode aye mransem no emma Israel no de wode ye ahyede de ma won said they should teach their children the laws and their children's children. Na me pese me no be wura Awurade asem na ya hwe Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 7. Deuteronomy enwoma no etinsia kenkai efri nchemu enson. Na say na Awurade asem eka. O say you shall teach them diligently to your children. Every 6, Emra. O say, and these words which I command you today shall be in your hearts. These words, commandments, as I command you today, shall be in your heart. Emransem no odema Israel or mine. Was it emransem no and cow makumam? Emransem no stay in their hearts. Now it should not only stay in their hearts. They shall teach them diligently to their children's and children's children. So, and you say emransem no wo mu kwa kuma mu na omfa nkyerɛkyerɛ omba. Ɛnenti yɛnhwɛ sɛ yeso Onyankopɔn asafo yi wama yɛ nkyerɛkyerɛ. Yes, I actually no I know catch Timothy. Our 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 16. 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 16. Yeah, catch Timothy said, "Ọma n'ani emra nkyerɛkyerɛ no so na ɔntena mu na ɔyɔ no saa ɛna ɔbɛgye ɔno ɛne n'atiefoɔ nkwa." Kyerɛ sɛ the doctrine is saving. Saa nkyerɛkyerɛ no ɛgye nkwa. Nkyerɛkyerɛ no a wɔnam asomafoɔ no so de ama asafo no, yɛsomafoɔ Paul ɛtwe Timothy adwene saa nkyerɛkyerɛ no so. Say, man, so take heed unto yourself and to the doctrine. So, I don't say, yet toto hoa, yet the to Israel, a man Samuel, when you go upon them, Mawon. Now, what you want to say, oh man, man, some woman. Now, I find church the woman. Now, I find church when ye the same thing. And I said, "Yeah, or they I said in Timothy and said, oh man, and Nimran also in children. Oh, phobia also where Christo Asafo ban. It was said, now I was said, once or more in Bank channel. Now also what's in them now with the church that will ma. I didn't see Mame and sounded this important a year message. And from our 4 watchers of Christ himself. The doctrine should not stay only with you. The church should remain in your family unto the next generation and unto the next generation. Na said the okachire Israel for no na mede etoto apanfoforo enkyerɛkyerɛ a Onyankopɔn ade ama Kristo asafo no na menumie no yɛ asafo yi ma no. Ya said the can say, we make sure say the intellectual no better ma. Where Church of Christ all for me busa was said, what the one church or manana? Are you teaching your children the doctrine of the church? The doctrine of the church, you know, wono ukra doctrine no more. Are you holding fast to the doctrine? Said Okachire Timothy or 1 Timothy 4:16. Or says a Timothy transfer no. No the church here, you know the church for fra. Or no ne native ebenyam kwaji. And also Christian church. What them? Now the church that will bush for. What the church that way no man na. Said a bear when you mean na babu manyam kwaji amam cry. Mistake ya and say. Your man or your fact doctrine and she won't transcend fan selection. Now, Bray had Deuteronomy chapter 6. You had it, never said it when your hope is can. You shall teach them diligently to your children, and you shall talk of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. Okay, okay, you know. Or say, na fa church won yie e wo bra mu fi e bra mo nam kwan so e bra mo sore e ne bra mo da e bra tira konkon ka say you should teach them diligently no ba church won yie no o fa akwan hodo nyina bi di a church wo man and ntenya kwan ba ko peso. If you are to teach them diligently, then it should not be a one-way thing. That diligence na I require say obefa kwan hodo nyina so e de bekyere wo ma no amankyerɛkyerɛ no aka wo mu na aka wo ntrim. Anenti yembebre yafi mu yenkyerɛkyerɛ doctrine no. Ehia say yakɔ asɔre na de nkora na kɔ asɔre. Ada ya nkora no bekɔ Sunday school. Ya bekyerɛkyerɛ nkyerɛkyerɛ no e wɔ Sunday school. Anenti no obefi ano atwo adwene mu. Odofo otimi na wo hwɛ me. And for so Church of Christ, I offer ye no. Ye fire doctrine and tea a man. And until a man be no. Not as a phone doctrine, no, nay, new no money in your home. As I say, I'm fine to tea one through one phrase. Mind you, said a corner kind. so ofiri omofrase enim tresem no a ma ho nyansa ede kɔ enkwagye elenti twere kronkron no yɛde tete nkwala ne free wɔ nkwala blu oma munyini wie a they will not buy it ombenyini no na various strange doctrines adikai capture o madwen nti wo nkyerɛkyerɛ ne ba besi akyiri on say we are see denominations ne nyina amode mo nkyerɛkyerɛ wo ma no have you not read some bit say Jehovah Witness they said o man say ani abre do mo nkyerɛkyerɛ wo ma ko asanka wo ma di akyire wo de kyerɛ won firi won koda blu akwara wo nyina di na kyerɛ sagidi wo be firi ho and you cannot change the mindset ya wonya firi koda blu. The Sabbatarians, watch them. Say they were doing church woman, and they are obeying the scriptures. Omudi Eradeshadia or Canon Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 7. Say Israel for no fam ransom no church woman, no fan church to ye. And Pempia complaining, your man in a mom pay a sorrow, your man in a mom pay and church. Especially so mko secondary school ba mko SHS ba mko university ba afena asore no kwa no omane nya ho bi last time mama ba ko ka kire me plan say ne ma no akọ university ba ye no omo say enkwara say omo enkwa Church of Christ bi na Church of Christ ye English worship ne mo no omo ko asore ya kamprofo. What has happened? And then I see, and Timmy was asked how awful say, what the doctrine that church and free a brand new musan. Now, what was why the church one upon who do I, Chiraconica was the children ye. The emphasis on diligence, the emphasis on the word diligence. You should teach them diligently. Say, and find a number near you. I know I'm going deep. Church of Christ and church na say. I didn't think there some acquire a fast also me. What is the rationale behind the way we worship? Watch the woman. I didn't know how mention. What is the rationale behind? Pa na yempe entrene. Pa na yempe say boy ensem. I didn't know how different denominations na. Omo say they entertain themselves. By you worship ma we don't entertain ourselves. The various doctrines now I bind the church, you know. What is the rationale behind? Doctrine na who here, and I say who here. On say you move be clear cassette doctrine. No. On say you move be. I can say I mean preach doctrine. No. And the fact that Christ said you don't want to hear the word doctrine, also want to me fan church of man. And the man be you know. Now omo Church of Christ for. The Saturday way at all. American right now. I read a story yesterday on social media. Obini tried Sunday message. American, your free baby downtown, Lexington. Church of Christ, I saw that I see why over 100 years. Now, the church building is for sale. They are selling the church building. Asking me why. Manya full story, manya full details, no. But I can't make any say. I say recently, Mushiamo, I can't find 15 pay. I saw that I can see you. Yeah, I did over a century. Now, Mushiamo, the number is below 15. Now, I'm saying number now performer who could do baby say. I feel quite there. I'm some be upon to our members be amba. Now it has become prudent for them to sell the church building. I didn't see Abanasa. Or Munya Nipa Amun Koshada and Mongosum. The Shada is useless. So they have to dispose it of. I am Yasem Mekas Assembly. Now, when there's a link and say me. And the bottom line is that a brand panufunu koyen. Church of Christ, a man I know Musum Muna, or my panufunu mokon. Man far doctrine and church momentino. and omuni hono enkora no have gone wayward. Enkora na antwa papa mo so. Enkora na antena doctrine no. And omunyine ye no. Omo afrigidi no. And the next church building na useless. Baby omo awfo tena suma Awurade. Edi Awurade doctrine na chi no. And the church is empty. The church building is empty. The other answer say, yes, so some years to come. Yes, sorry, that I any abre is in. I can say, and why am I never to them? Why am I never to I saw that I would want a year seen. Brian fire doctrine and church say, and to answer, we are not doing and I say fulfilling our duty as Church of Christ members. So our first duty, no, we have neglected it. Now, sa ade we ade a Awurade Nyankopɔn bebusa ye ho asɛm papa papa. Nkwala na Nyankopɔn de amaye no. Wode wo mama ye nsa ye be kyerɛ mu o Nyankopɔn asɛm. Na introduce Yesu Kristo na safo na kyerɛ wɔn. They do not come to us to be left uncareful. Let Satan ever sa nkwala. Church of Christ wo fo bi a wotie me. Se wo amfa wo church na akwala no na sa akwala dan yini na se Satan efa no na wode ne di ne dwuma wa ha wiase wa ha safo no na wa ha so so. And if you are stewards of the children na Nyankopɔn de mama ye na se nkura na Nyankopɔn de mama ye bebu nkura no ho akonta atire Nyankopɔn atemu da na. And the first question Nyankopɔn bebu sa me no bi ne say wojide na wo mu no won kyerɛ no what the church wo ma no ana. Now if the answer is no, if the answer is I forgot and answer man nya ne said the SME no wanu ye be say e wa Awurade ensam. Proverbs chapter 22 verse 6 mebusam eti adonu mienu chemu nsia ohwefo Awurade asem sesai kyerɛ akwala no ekwan a onfa so na wonyina omfiri ho. Teach the child the way he should go. And what is that way? A specific way. It's a different article. The way the child should go. And that's the way of the Lord. That is the way of the Lord. And that is the doctrine of the church. And that is the church. God, the church is the way to the Lord. Obin kwa jana nchai just what nam so. Kristo so ne asafo no. Or say asafo no ye nipadua. The church of Christ is the way to salvation. Is the way to heaven. Now are you teaching your children that way? Teach your children the way they should go. What way? The way of the church. The doctrine of the church. And I'm asking you this question and be honest with your answer. Are you teaching your children the doctrine of the church? When wasafo children, asafona woman children, so would you say no na nkwa? Which of course, I don't know about Church of Christ. No, I don't know about any other church. That Church of Christ now buy. Is one church as good as another? Is every church? If the answer is no, there's only one true church, which you are part of. Now you are hoping that you will be young or the four team. I don't know if I church when church or mother or band on your own. There's a woman now by young quadia. One way be say, will you be happy if you make it to heaven and your children go the other way? How will you enjoy your rest in heaven when your children are perishing in hell? I don't see me ba woncha wiei na me no hwe Awurade asem na yewura adusua a wato din say the duty as Church of Christ members to the church, and that's first duty. And I'm gonna come asem so why you for safre na bewo. Of course wa ware nko ade obewo na ye ne aya di ka wo na nkwala no ye no mu kode no mu ba Awurade asem shaw na hyeme nso so ameno ka say ye mfa Awurade nkyerɛkyerɛ no ankyerɛkyerɛ nkwala no. Ye hwe bibi o 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 5 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 5. They can come here and just quotation to read this quotation. 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 5. I read that something say. Say, when I call to remembrance the genuine faith that is in you, which dwelt first in your grandmother Lois and your mother Eunice, and I'm persuaded is in you also. Osoma for Paul and a Timothy Ekasano, a Bema Timothy, and a Osoma for Paul, actually a Banty Yagin, I see a year Giddy no correct Giddy. The correct Giddy a year perfect, a year genuine. That's how I can say Timothy Giddy a year genuine, as I say. Quantum Hoyday. Let's say, the doctrine no pepe. Said the one in the Casa of 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 14, verse 16. Or catch it and say, all more than men and man of President children. Not one term, no budget one and a sea for Enquan. That fits that doctrine and a poor and the canvas more. I say, once a Timothy, the GD na or the 4 team. They say, GD be one and quantum pony more. Na a GD a agina doctrine also. GD a agina a radius school and children also. Now, no, Timothy, Paul say, well, who said GD no Timothy and a name. The Saji de Cronas or who Timothy and Mammy. Let us say you come Timothy Nana. Ekura and church no more than and what that church Timothy Mame Eunice. So, Anna Timothy and Mame Eunice and so at the church and about Timothy. And I'm telling you, say, this is a clear example. Sir, Obatai Lois. Yeah, why you for no? What the card in church and about Eunice. Emma Eunice is winning our way. Science church now, my church no. The next generation, the mother next generation. I Timothy. So, tell me, many fear already. Now, so any day, the next 50 years, we feel for better surprise for. I don't got a mechanic, my poetry. The next 20 years, we feel better surprise for. And I say, one better a denominational people. The next 10 years, and they were for because I just surprise for. And I say, so who free if you are, what does a for not air pass someone? Actually, you have not performed your duty, or you are not performing your duty. And to say, no money, any years of no one. A church, you are failing as a parent, as a Church of Christ member. Your duty to the church has been neglected. And that is very unfortunate for every one of us. We should bow down our heads in shame if our children do not like our church. So, what so let's all back any new one. Let's new here. So, every 18 years old, let's say we have independence. Let's say only one same beam. So, church and one choir. It means that you have failed as a parent. You have failed your first duty to the church. And the church in the bed, the next generation, I'm more patronize the church. Is that so? The church for the next generation to continue their faith, their doctrine. Church of Christ for the year. And to go and they go ahead. Nearma, a song for Susha and the gym watching. The real issue now, a year, your child, your manner, upon somebody near see one to say, okay, fine. Some more for money at it. Most of the Muslim Christian, and Momano, Samuniwa, I will take care of your children. The bride goes for them, yeah, some later, a year hymns, no. Ah, now watch them there, the kind now, watch them die, the kind no, as you have, Bodo. Oh no, kai kruano, de kai do jinu mojaman, sebe no bapo irade. Yeah, dear, one no, yeah, no, yeah, no, one. Yeah, dear, no, makamu. What if you are some Joshua kind? Or can't you have one say, and then we yam bosomono? Say, Amari for Abosom and Bosumo. Say, a year Canaan for Abosom and Bosumo. Now, my name is Fear, dear. My name is Fear, dear. And I am asking you, say, who bet my can someone Joshua Kai as a Church of Christ member? My name is Fear for dear. You bet Church of Christ for Aqua 1 for Swa, Eben. Now, what kind of say, oh, you know, sir? Are you teaching diligently the doctrine of the church to your children? Say, when you go on catch Israel for say, one family ransom and church or money diligently. I can't hold do baby so, or say, when you at home, move fear no more dining table when I'm with the dear. For as a financial church, or man. The one I'm counsel, call baby, some more could dress, some more henny. Baby, be a man, I'm counsel chron. Remind your children of the doctrine of the church. Adebia or François, link you to the doctrine of the church and teach your children why they should abide in the doctrine of the church and grow in the doctrine and live the doctrine. Because 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 16 says, so what translation anymore? Ubenya nkwaje. So what translation anymore? It leads to salvation. I didn't say about this school on church and nkwan. And then I may about matters of the doctrine and many abre pa. The Church of Christ as a be the doctrine in the agrade many abre. Because doctrine on the agenda. And there are various quotations warning Church of Christ for against the Yema false doctrine. I infiltrate into our friends a sound doctrine. And that churches in the sound doctrine. How much more parents? Even the church is not teaching the sound doctrine. How much more the parents? Because parents and Akasana, you have sound doctrine in church and I saw that she had them more. The coffee away there be a church and back. You don't even know the doctrine of the church. You hear say a pastor and near Tojum. Na you collection. Na tear who to near fans your friends a lost supper. Near Pony Buffy. Doctrine of one Pusiana. There are so many aspects of the doctrine. I say the church say, yeah, any man. Many are poly. I didn't say, said the addition at the duty of, or say your duty as a Church of Christ member to the church, or fair duty, and I say, what they as a financial church, woman. Say, who that's our man, so more, and I said, so too quiet. That's our man, quite sorry. So when you want us refuse to go to church or to go and worship, what it means that you have failed as a parent. Your first duty has been neglected. Now, I grace Christ or the Nema, no matter what the Nema say, but to Nasaram, let's say Tanfano, and in the Juma. There be when you go on the Church of Christ in Kualana, Yagu Maguasa Fununo, or the woman say, Yem Fasa Funan Church and Teton, and Umbany no Massa Funodia. Then they belong to Christ. And the one I say, one of Batanasi. Now, what church and say, I could see Thomas so boss. And the Obanya 18 years, 19 years, when I was a phenomenon. Oh, Heno. What was a wine? And yes, I do man among. When are you all for? When I die for anybody, yes. And you are supposed to sit that girl down, that boy down, and tell himself, because you have of age. If you know what you know, when you papa bonnet, take your own salvation into your hands and work on it. Children, asempano, children doctrine, no. Never know who say, here's what boss you. Mono come to reason, say, a year or no, I said, yes, say, age, you know what you know, boss you. So what I say, now Obanya 18 years, 16, 17, 18, and Masapono, almost, go ahead. Now, what I'm for secondary school, but son of a boss who told you so because secondary school, but not another doctrine and fan. And Job now was no on pet because you have failed to teach the child whilst he was young. kyerɛ akora no kwa ɔmfa so onyina ɔmfiri ho na ɔba no ɛkɔ secondary school ba na sɛ wasɔ no mpɛ yɛ fɛ na no wani abrɛ akwasi kɔ school ba wasoro okɔ school ba afɛ deɛ bɛka sɛ mɛkɔ asɔ da wɔnkɔ ai ɛno na di adanse sɛ wafeli as ɔwofo and sɛ akora no nya 20 years kɔ a na afei ɛna wɔde doctor bɛkyerɛ no a saa abrɛ no wanya options bebree wɔsusua bebree ɛwɔ wiase nyankopɔn adom ɛnɛ social media yi very good ebi ansa menam so amena okasa yi na that social media na so no ye de tete wo ba no e de nkyerɛkyerɛ bɔne ɛyɛn no ɛnɛ hwɛ de common sense for yi ɛkyerɛkyerɛ nkwara o social media asɔre yɛ scam the church is scam na osua saa de we nyinaa wi a wo nkyerɛkyerɛ afɛ na ade bɛkyerɛ no ho a ya kyerɛ ne sɛ church kra yɛ scam asɔre kra no bible no kra mrɔfo na de baayɛ na mo de abadaada yɛ ne korɛ sɛ amrɔfo no de bible abadaada yɛ na mo de bible no abadaada yɛ sɛ heaven bi wɔ hɔ abra mo ani abrɛ hyehyɛ o mu kuro nti oba tie we nyina o social media wie na sɛ wɔyɛ convinced na mo ɛfa na dwen wie a wo nkyerɛkyerɛ we no wɔde yɛ dɛ aba besi akyiri nkyerɛkyerɛ na ka akyiri are too late na sɛ akora no wɔ 7 years or 5 years kona or 10 years kona why one abrɛ de nkyerɛkyerɛ na kyerɛkyerɛ no a na one man at the rational the anti-Christ of Christ for the one true church. Now there's no other church apart from the Church of Christ. Said the wo as for a woman, would you to I don't know. Sasa for and of course, it is the fact and the truth. Man, the Bible has clearly defined this. Say Christ was for back compared na Nigerian one. Na sasa for no kura a particular doctrine. The doctrine no sooner as a for no jira emasa for no aye the krudum, the ground and pillar of truth. Aye doctrine, and this a one fast doctrine to tia kwala. Now my brand ben was sharing and crop 40 year. What sort of no with him no one talk a cake a man. By old fashioned, because one manual near the rationale behind your feet. And the entire Church of Christ are unique. One man, I am telling you, you are doing the church a disservice. Now, this duty, if you fail the church, in fact, you have done something terrible to the Church of Christ. Many Peter.
Okay.
I believe, sir, my number 2 for.
Yeah,
our the same level. Like you share na first point here, my boss win.
Okay.
I did say and I war ever home.
Yeah.
Na you
as I'm beside the baby na other say wow sound second program nti. I don't know say sometimes no to me call baby congregation bi. Na preacher mumu a ye preacher no ne banya be the 40 years. Ne ba no kra owo no so no ye preacher o. But nebano ambasu. Nebano ambasu. Then nebano to mean nam. No say or a Church of Christ ni. Now so set of Christ is still on basu. Eti dia wo kire no me pese bisa say eya akoda no ena wakosua bribia wo hu say wo betumi akwa asore without asubo no wanya nkwaje ana say ne papa na ana ne parent na in fact one is so serious to help the child.
May I say our question of Busami? It says sometimes you come to a fast defense. So, oh, I cry on my sword day. I cry there. Usana na mdeno ko sorry. And I'm a church there no. And so we need a free home. In that case, you are telling me that the Bible is false. In that case, you are telling me that Proverbs chapter 22 verses and you're not correct. Should I cry no fire on for so no yina? Free home. What so say watch them, and I don't know when you free home. I get my argument.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
Should I go say should I cry no quiet on for so no you free home? It is emphatic. One A be our free home. What's who you know free home? What's so bad in no? Doctrine was free home. And I was on the ground on pet. Or baby a bunch in Ope baby a cartons. Ope baby a tight. Ope baby cry some homeda. It tells you, say, any one year, your teachings lack diligence. What teaching a near nigga credit? A woman or Kakito Bertrand. One man may was in here until now by the and a super class or more. So I said, now best I never patch it. Never pass on it. Never I want to know the headache or come home. And if whether you're a preacher, a church leader, or a church member, if you fail this duty, you have no excuse. I am telling you, what say first, friends say, maybe I can carry. 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 5. On say, "Na gide no war, Lois mu." And o dey tete Eunice. And Eunice so dey tete Timothy. And the Timothy nyine ye no. Ofiri ho na wa mfiri ho. Wa mfiri ho. The brother Paul beto Timothy wasafo no mu no. Wo hu na identify the boy say no, this boy obi a or pay adwuma ya ma urade. Because akola no esu de nyina ye say na the church ni mu. Now he is very busy in the church.
Okay.
I don't know Paul and Fracola be no Timothy no friend no church not in the can no fan say ne Christo mu eba our one. They said they wanted to prempe. What for prempe young we are what it in. Are you telling him say prempe be no? Now obego wayward from what you are teaching him now.
David.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Uncle, yeah.
Well, train the child. And we train children. We don't train adults. Oh man, adults, yeah. The training by day. Because by that time, no various doctrines, various false and wayward doctrine. After not doing day, every. And to that time, no better challenge papa no faith na kura no better challenge faith no anya papa. Because he has come to terms with other doctrine. Edikai akata nadwene. You see, false doctrine very captivating.
Yeah.
False doctrine wa kwan a capture nipa mind. Na e mana ne je atro ho e chese obaje nokure. That is why atro ya fast na nokure is through. So but truth has endurance. Even though it's true, it endures. And then the Church of Christ doctrine only yes and now so. But because the truth has endurance, even though a tron church but I'm telling you still the correct doctrine now some are following the genuine doctrine and they are getting saved. And the amount of banning Obano oduru asubo time wo na isa chire no na ka chire ne say chire ne denti a ma chire na asempa no say they chire outsiders no ya fa na say omu eno na wa hanti no they know who told you they don't know until na isa wo chire oba na asempa no teach your child your boy na when you're 17 18 years chire na asempa no say they wo share obi abonten a stranger na wo chire doctrine na person mo boy so for sa procedure na chire oba no so na akra na nkasa musa say papa say dey ne siban subo ho kwan so no kan kire o say na ka kire say sa wo de okoma nyina ya dai agidia ansa na akra no bebu sasa na odi ka kire no amana ba be si the father say esa osesa na dwen na ono so ya dai na ono so confess Christ na ono so ya dai e ma na ho kwan ma dai am ye bonu su na irade de ne bonu wa ye nyina ya dai according to Acts chapter 2 verse 38 munyina mo sachira madwen na munyina ma kwan me yemu osu awurade Yesu so din mambo de fafiri oba no so hia bo de fafiri enti ada na won kire no ma na ye dai enya subo so I wono atam so bobo asu who told you ono atam so oh really ono atam be so no na kire foforo afa no
da because one man the time so.
Of course, because Satan will not wait for you. Are waiting for the child, but Satan will not wait for him. Satan will catch him young, and then feed the brain with strange doctrine. The time when now the mind na kodi baby, na kodi doctrine fufu. Yeah, and you be shocked. I want to be your yapa. So my arm for alcohol. So, Minneapolis. I know how be that this time no in church elders no church of Christ elders why then no one said the problem because sometimes I say papa there no who asem but the man papa there enko you okay or qualified to be an elder because the behavior ni bibia and committee criteria no but na the man disqualified because I was say then the bad sir because church about so for but on church in the fee
okay
we teach the church, we teach outsiders, but we forget to teach our home. And the brother, any average about so for let's say that's what we no, so church, you feel in my wrongly.
Yeah.
And the I hope from Baja from one, but we tell you I want to many one because I want to many one because I will feel informed one. The one mistaken I hear.
Yeah.
And then the preachers in the masses, you know. When the man as the first preachers maybe say preachers in the say I don't know because he was diligently teaching outside, but he was not diligently teaching his own household.
Yes.
I get it. In our morning devotion, do we even engage in morning devotion? Do we even engage the children in morning devotion to teach them? Say the Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 7, they can say, teach them in the house. Okay, and then you must say more better TV home. Now more here, your friends say senior as soon as possible. I don't know when you see time no and certain crown down. Hey, cover Bible, bra. Buy Bible for them. Buy Bible, their individual Bibles for them, and sit with them and let reason with them from the scriptures. Teach them as you're teaching outsiders. Don't take it like they know. Oh, I saw there be a no man echo. This is that doctrine. They are man so munim de omunim. I don't quite because they say I church I am I am telling you, say. Oh, back when 18 years in the now you say I saw na papa sorry.
Okay.
Never pass sorry na okujanu. But yeah, one fan of because oh, and the panel na share the nepo. When him didn't see our
okay.
When I said that one said no uncle. That explains that we want on your church member.
Okay.
And we are failing as set of Christ members on this duty to the church. So if preserve church in India, man. And in the next 20 years, will our children be church of Christ members? If this is not possible, then we have failed the church.
Yeah.
And it is serious for every church of Christ member.
Martin said, okay.
So
Martin said, America churches be say. Now, omo for no ma omo ankasa in the beginning no, omo hear the real church of Christ ma utum sa asafo no wo omo mu a, omo fan di agro no. Say omo ma no mom, and as say no, omo pasca. Ama sorry be ho ayan kokorafo nko a.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
It is society no and influence anasa aban anasa dia wo ka no and as say no kore say yen bebre no yen shadan kire nkoda no wo fie yen fa nhye o muti akwa say papa owusu buachi asoro na me komamia ye bo masu ehye mu nti o cha so oni we bia na man bisa bi okay man bisa dia wo cha say no so no ya wo preachers bebre a yen fie ankasa no yen shada nye devotion enye preachers kra even we church members no yen bebre yen shada ma yen manum enye devotion but me sure some of them still relate say bia maybe say asemo papa no eye businessman on shada ntena fie ene ma me no so ena papa no so ana o preacher on na mu ti say bia me say nti me yere ena also ye adwuma no gidigidi e de ma go fie na kwa ben so na oba no because ema bebre ye lazy e wo sai adwuma no eti obetumi aboa e de afutuo bi e de ginger ema no kakra e de amaye na because sesie no oba na mboa wa wo be ma no nso de adwuma na wo sa wo ye nso no say e shada nye we bia da bia wa ye busy eti akwan ben so na ema no betumi e de aboa church members member no any preachers na omomanom to me I dey account because Emma bebre nye to be honest. Aha, me da say.
So me da say. Many Apollo question would say a home he on say Bible no enchantro. Or say Chedaquano Paya on Fasunina on free home. Proverbs 22 verse 6. Timothy, wanana ene o ma mede church no free no kola bremutino. Woni na no free home. I think 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 16 or so. I think say me read free the exact say. Okachire Timothy say na say ofuro mofrase nim tresem no a ma hu nyansa a nam Kristo Yesu mu gidi so yeda yi e de ko enkwagye. So e de Kristo som na nkasa no e de tete efiri nkora brem. Wo de ye hwe asafo no mu omo nyine yansa na omo come to faith in the church no. Also omo som no bebre som na aye ho no ho. Aye bibia ho. Ase wo som ase wo nsom. Because onyini wie ansa na all come to the faith. And in the faith na nkasa na nyane ni nipadua na edai enyanje. Are you getting it? But omu a ye omu free collaborate mu Church of Christ members no. Na omu fa asafo no serious from collaborate no. I am telling you they are different. What in the church na nkasa no ewo mu. They eat the church, they speak the church, they breathe the church. In fact, everything is the church. Everything is the church. Such people no obey genuine member from so they do. Because if you no for us na day, one faith na day anya encounter. And no you be Timothy. Hwadwuma oyoye. Ufi say enya kwalabre mu na onya faith ntem. And odi nyini ya anko ntimi. I getting it. Yeah. We can say this argument does not hold water. Of course, ebi mususu bamu ebra no moye mpanimfo a o must stay no maye faithful to the doctrine and to the church. Confirm say dey omuye. But I am telling you from the scripture say what they ade no makola no a okay, a be part of him one. So akola no doctrine be inseparable. I getting it. Now Timothy then I'm there example where they actually. And now we say Church of Christ preachers ni bi ma and omunyi na yoma faith gidi no ho. Ene asafo ene animufu bi a ene mo ma enye faithful children. Say the requirement for eldership no etie no say e say ne ma faithful children of the Lord in the church. Now you who say elders ni pa bebre anko qualify say elders no e ba side no no ma fail no. It tells us say anyway we are failing in that duty as parents to teach the children early and teach them well enough. Meno can be free. Acts chapter 20 verse 18 to 20. Acts chapter 20 verse 18 to 20. What's it say?
Obiaba.
Acts 20 18.
18 say now oba na nchen no oka kire won say sorry Acts 18:20 on
Acts 18 Acts 20:18
Acts 20:18 okay o say na oba na nchen no oka kire won say monim say the free die di kan a me ba Asia no me ne motena bre no nyina mu verse 19 no na me de ahombaase adwene nyina ne nisuopi so hwe a eba mesuo Widafo po bone a obo no me ho mesumerade na mensi de oye mfaso mu biara so se ebia menka menkyere mu na me kyerɛkyerɛ mu ejamni efie mu na me di Onyankopɔn fam agensa kyerɛ ne Awurade Yesu Kristo mu didi ho adanse me kyerɛ Yudafo ani Helafo.
Okay, me verse 20 no. Brother say, how I kept back nothing. How I kept back nothing. That was helpful. But proclaim it to you and taught you publicly and from house to house. Paul is telling the others from Ephesus, a brother from Miletus, no say, about Onyankopɔn asɛm a ho. Wan fa bi biensi won. The yes o ka kire won bia o nipa dom ene afefi mo ka de hia wo mun hia won kwaje nyina ya dai a kire won so identity verse 26 therefore I testify to you this day that I am innocent of the blood of all men because he kept nothing that was helpful back. A sense one for BBNC one. No card, yes, or can you not? He is boldly saying in verse 20 say, and I'm sad, didn't he? And you know, we need Nipa be a moja day. Therefore, and I am asking you, say, brothers of Christ, a pakani. Naya as a phone, any money. So, Manu and Yam Quadia, who bet me can boldly say, yes, I'll catch you munina for on Quadia. Yes, all the church will through on Quala Blumina, what the church won't you moja for.
Yeah,
I getting it. Can you boldly say, I have taught these children from their childhood. Yes, I'm won't be a mature morning devotion, empire minimum bo, any empire me bomumu, any corrections I'm correct to mu, any the SM church room rather than be an my church room. Is a moonliness a woman is so dear, any new moja where they F4. If you can boldly say this, that now any not Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 7, it say, teach them diligently. Whilst you are at home, whilst you are on the road, whilst you are rising and lying down, teach them diligently. And it is a watch lecture in year. Okay? Or move free home. But one church in year. Not church in Biala. Don't expect to say what you have done a clean job. You have not done a clean job. And sometimes that's the arguments of the parents make say. And crying on my sword. And crying on my sword. And crying on my sword. Say, what the church will move here or munino and they will stay. But one fan church will move. Now, what is over? Domuko Sunday be am Domuko, sorry. Every Sunday be am Domuko, sorry, Zino. My church will move. Taking them to church only is not enough. Taking them to Sunday worship only as your means of teaching them is not enough. In fact, it's very, very not enough. Ayawo wasa de yesa oyo ma oba se woye bema na sometimes no e say da okan ye nua ma no asabaka for yere no ebra ukunu ani abre nam mountain so eye awrade adwuma no efi adwuma no wo ba no wo de asa o kire nkwala no ndi hwe asem a Paul eka kire eye Titus efa eye ema empanifo no ema empanifo no so omonya dai aso omonya dai
church man kodano
omo church ema walefo no said the first way day you see any ekunu day etena any said yes ama so betima day a church nkwala no ndi ma church nkwala e wo fie e ma church nkwala e wo fie ndi aso dem ye ma oba dem ma no kwan say day on church anase wo ye day woni be ma so e wo hia dem ba e ba fie di a oba ho na so adwuma day aba ye nua ma na mo tie me no e ba fie mu a ho na mo so mo teaching Bible teaching no ho na mo so mo de no day you have all the chance and all the friends say the time to do the Bible teaching with your children. And it's what now say what ma ukunu anko na yes ankyerɛkyerɛ no na ba ma ni ho ntina nkra no emfo mo ho dia you are feeling as a Christian mother because Timothy ne ma me nana na yɛdɛ ɛkyerɛkyerɛ no ma ba nkyɛ no be useful to the church ɛyɛ ne papa yɛdɛ ne papa yɛ Greek ne ma me na yɛ friends Hebrew ni anase Jew ni I getting it but anam say Jew for nkrofo bi a omofiri mo awosuo mu ɛdɛ enimu awurade mmra de kyerɛkyerɛ wo manti no Timothy maame a ɔyɛ Jew ni no ɛde from Moses mmra no ɛde kyerɛkyerɛ ne ba Timothy a kɔpem sɛ ɛyɛ Kristosom ɛdɛ ɛbae ɛna omura Kristosom so no ɔtoa so ɛde Kristosom ɛdɛ ɛsa atete ne ba no ɛne the Paul adanse a wodi no ɔso ama Timothy papa din o wɔsɛ mehwɛ gidi a nkontompo ni mu a wo mu a me ho sa gide na wo na Lois e dey emu na me say ho sa gide na wo ma me Eunice zu e dey emu na me ho sa ampa sa gide no an kontobo dey wo Timothy zu e dey emu kwa na church Timothy nya ma me na ona na me ne bida yes na we ada some kan. And our women are also failing our children. Say a bear fee mu a na eba mo me church bi na da bia na mo yiyama na eba so no mu a mo se ye de yen ka ho mo me church bi enso ye ma na ye ya de pa e betima church wo ya de afa church wo ba no fa church wo ma na ofie me hwe sa wo ya de ampa sister ante uni wasafo no church and fa church wo ma ma no fa church wo ma na ofie. And that is the chance you have to teach.
Yeah.
Are you getting it? And the young man say omo every few omo say omo de asafo no chire betre nkwara no ofia. Akwara de benyine no omo frigidie ni. America asama na o kan no. Empanifo na wo no. Sa abre no no money abre eteki omo Kristo sum seriously, but they neglected their children. Sa ankwala na omanyina omumpe Kristo so mti asafo na yede aguo no. Because you know what, the American system is designed that the system take full charge of the children. System na system kwala no.
Yeah.
Are you getting it? Because akwala no eko school nyina no ya tete no school mo. Are you getting it? Was we so busy say every time work. We don't get time to teach the children. And grandma benyine no, ugidie no, a strange man because we nim ho hwe, one fan tete no. They are sorry no, on see the whole bib. And it Ghana so boba. Mention come. No, if we continue this way, let's say neglect a man, near fast for no doctrine and church when the Jehovah Witnesses are doing it, when the Sabbatarians are doing it, when the Muslim communities are doing it. Let's say Church of Christ for Ukraine. So we sit on a doctrine and refuse to teach our children. I am telling you, our church houses will be empty in the next 20 years, in the next 30 years. We won't get people to enter the church building. It will be empty, just like it's happening in America now. Just like I just mentioned to you that there's a church in downtown in the US called Lexington Church of Christ. It's being sold. The church building is being sold because there are no members in the church building, and it's becoming useless, and they have to get a use for it. So they have to dispose it off. The whole church building that belongs to Church of Christ is put on sale. And do you know the funny thing? The rich will buy it and convert it to restaurant and
drinking clubs. All right, I think yeah, I'm say network no, and then na ha ye nyina kakra. Na ye nua no enne yen esua de. Ha. Ti ade na ye esua no. In fact, obi enuma mi e de a kire yen say a responsibility as parents say e was say enkoda no ye momodin na yemfa asori nkire no yemfa ehye won. Say de be ye wo mu nyini a wo mu antumi amfiri eho. Eno egusu ara ebo saa enkomo yi na megidi se de wutie ni nyina no anya kura no at least wo fa bibi ewom a wo de beboa ama dwumadie no ai de akoso ye boa ama enwema bebre akoso because enkoda no bebre tumi nyini wo mu nyini wi a na in fact na wo ntumi enkwa asori no mako join groups bia in fact na tan na nyoma mi omo ye nso na ye want kita wo awofo no nso na in fact hadwen eno nti de yeguso ara ene obo nkomo no eni eno nti yenua no am say wa di ne dwumadie no awie enti sima kakra bi ye de bibiara beko off sisia na 5:30 yasa ene wa hia nua prepare de na wo ma atiefo.
Yo, when I say, dear, me so my catch it for you and say, Jumedi, I coswa Dania bringing no. I now watch me the kind Sunday at the best someone. I says, a moon way in I and come and so Jumedi Nasne. na baabi biara a wɔsɛ asɛmpa ka na ɛyɛ no kretrudo no baabi biara wɔsɛ kɔ no nso etimi kɔ na Accra a osusu sɛ wɔ Kristo asafo no deɛ nanso amane ɛfa ɔkwan a ɛyɛ nipa kwan no so no ka wɔn nso etimi ɔho aba wɔn ho so na so etimi anya adwensakyera na ansa na yɛbɛ end program no kɔso asɛ obiara sɛ mo like na mo share video nso ɛma foforɔ Near Church of Christ ni ane tisa asɛm yi bi na ɛkyena bi nso no ɔno nso ahu sɛdeɛ obesi akyerɛkyerɛ ne ma na ɔno nso nyina wɔmfiri asɛmpa ka na anasa asɛm na yɛtrodo no ho na sɛ daakye asafo no ɛbɛyɛ yi a ɛgyina awofoɔ a ɛnnɛ yi wɔte aseɛ so akopɔn nhyira mu nyinaa megye di sɛ ɛbɛhyia bi mu akopɔn nhyira na kɔ so a na hwɛ program yi